Greetings, my friends. It's your friendly neighborhood PhD, Dr. Judd Burton, coming to you with another Beyond report on this Wednesday, July the 14th, 2021. As always, if you like the content, please click a like, subscribe, and share. Always good to get more viewership and some really interesting things happening. First bit of news. Uh, our mutual friend, Dr. Mike Heiser, has invited me to be a regular co-host slash panelist on his podcast, Peeranormal. Uh, I had the good fortune to be on an episode on vampires a number of years ago, and he recently asked me, so you'll be hearing me more on that podcast along with Mike and Brian Godawa and the other panelists, and of course Trey, co-host and producer. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Really, really looking forward to that. In other news, on the archaeology front, there's a recent find in southern Israel that's very interesting. It dates to the period of the Judges, about the 12th century BC, and it's pottery is so valuable for any number of reasons, but the shard that they found contains the name Jerubabaal. Uh, and if you're a student of the Bible, you know that this is another name for the biblical judge Gideon. Um, it's written in a Canaanite Phoenician script. This is a time when uh, Hebrew is still largely a spoken language, and the Hebrew lettering system is being developed. And so a lot of outside scripts, less so cuneiform, more so the Phoenician Canaanite sort of scripts were being used at the time. Um, Now, this could have belonged to another Jerubabaal, but the timing, the location in southern Israel, and that this is the period of the judges, the stratification is right, makes it very interesting and compelling as to the notion that it might, plausibly could be Gideon. So that's a really interesting and significant find, I think. Um, these you know inscriptions of Hebrew being rendered in region, these Hebrew names being rendered in other scripts are pretty rare in general, and particularly from that era. So I'll be following this with some interest. Also in archaeological news, there's a new open access journal of archaeology, the Jerusalem Journal of Archaeology. Um, and of course, an open access journal is a peer reviewed journal, like a print journal, but you're not paying for a subscription. You have free access to it, and this will be another good medium for people to access. Um, I have to give a nod to my buddy Dr. Aaron Brody, who is the curator of the museum at the Pacific School of Religion. He's done a lot of work on maritime archaeology in Israel and places like Tel Dor. Uh, Fantastic archaeologist. He brought this to my attention. I love open access journals because, um, as academics and scholars of all kinds, we do a really good job of talking to each other, you know, but we don't do uh, a tremendous job, I should say, of actually engaging the public, talking to a wider readership. Um, that to me is very important. It's why I've made some of the transitions that I've made over the past year. And the good thing about these open access journals is that they do engage a wider readership, and people, you know, anybody can read them. You just access them online, and you're not, you don't necessarily have to. Some of them have memberships, or you have to be members of a particular scholarly society or something. But usually, most of them are, open access means that you typically have free access to them. So this is going to be good. It'll engage a wider readership and be a medium not only for scholars talking to scholars, but also engaging the public. So I'm really excited about that. Um, so that should be good. I'll put links in the description to the bits of news that I've talked about already. Um, I'm also going to be on A View from the Bunker with Derek Gilbert on Friday, so we'll film that, and it should be out a couple of days after that. I'll keep you abreast of when that hits, the internet, social media, and can't step away without talking a little bit about the deals that the Institute of Biblical Anthropology is offering. Man, I'm having more students, new students sign on. More people are taking an interest, not only in the new programs, but also in some of the the three original traditional programs. So each one of those certification programs, biblical anthropology, biblical demonology, preternatural morphology, which is a hot topic right now, the Monsters 101 class, uh, the Ancient Near East civilization, Mediterranean civilization, the mythology course, mythology program. Each one of these is $150 this week. And I've also got a special. It's called the It's All Greek to Me special. This is a Mediterranean civilization focus deal, and for $250 you get really about $600 worth of goods. So it's a tremendous value. What do you get? Well, you get the new Mediterranean civilization program, which deals with Minoan civilization, with Mycenaean civilization, the Greeks, and the Romans. So it's going to be a really thorough treatment of classical and proto Greek civilization too, and what bearing that has on the biblical world. So there are uh, basically three courses for four different modules. So as you go through them, beginning with Minoan on to Mycenaean, et cetera, you're going to have one that's history and culture. You'll have another one that's religion and mythology, and then you'll have a third one that shows how these worlds are related to the biblical world or part of the larger biblical world. So for a total of 12 courses for that program. But there's more. You also get the entire Rudiments of New Testament Greek program, which introduces you to the Koine that was spoken in the Greco-Roman era, and will help you get your, kind of dip your toe in the classical Greek too. And thirdly, you'll receive an ebook of sources about the classics pertinent to what you'll be studying. So that's good for this week. Remember, it's all Greek to me. If you're interested in any of those programs, email me at professorburton@yahoo.com. It's a quick registry. We'll get you set up for the next session beginning in August. If you want to do the It's All Greek to Me deal, then just email me and put It's All Greek to Me in the subject line, and give me a hello, or how you doing, kind of a thing, in the body of the email itself. Also, all books in my catalog are 15% off this week. I'll put details to that in the description. And that's about it for right now, folks. Just stay tuned. There's always more happening at Burton Beyond and the Institute of Biblical Anthropology, and I will keep you aware of those things. Godspeed until we meet again.